Hello. Yeah, not bad, thank you. My name's Ben Tyler and I'm #1 race mechanic for NAPA Racing UK. So my role during the week, workshop based, is full-time and it's pretty much up to me to ensure that the entire build process of the car, from re-prep to everything getting changed to broken parts to full management of the car, is basically up to me during the week. So on a race weekend, things get a little bit easier. You then have a car crew of 3 of you. So there's a #1, #2 and a #3 mechanic. My job then is to really manage the #2 and 3 mechanics. So it's down to me to deal with basically the driver, the engineer, find out what basically the engineer wants put in on the car, and then it's up to me to decide how that's implemented using the #2 and #3 mechanics to do that as quickly as possible. So last year I ran row bottom. This year I've moved over onto Ash's car. Again, working with a different #2 and 3 this year, which will be interesting, just to work with different types of people. So with a #2, they're sort of second in command. So they, not that there is any command, but it's their job to work along with me to do setup changes on the car. And then with the #3, thankfully, as big a team as we are now, we have quite good depth within the team. So some teams, and really down to budget, some teams, the #3 tends to be a college kid or someone who's there to learn a lot. Whereas we've managed to have quite a lot of depth with our crews, that the #3 is just as capable as the #2 and #1 at times. So between the 3 of us, we ensure that the setup's applied to the car, any damage is repaired, and just really maintain the car throughout the weekend. The changes I've made this year personally is just trying to be as organised as possible. So the more you can do prior to the race weekend, and the more you can be organised, it then makes the race weekend a lot easier. So there's less likely for things to go wrong, less likely for things not to be ready. And then it's really up to the driver come the race weekend. If he crashes, that's out of your hands. So as long as I'm organised, that's the biggest change I've made for this year. So the new HQs allowed us as a team to really go that next level. Even the simple things down to, we've tripled in size now. So we've been able to bring everything in-house as much as possible. We've got the trucks are stored inside, so that makes things easier for our head truckie. And then just being able to have the space, the separated rooms for re-prep and all the sub-assembly stuff has made our lives a lot easier and a lot nicer place to work. This season I'm most looking forward to working with Ash, to be able to then go and work with one of the best drivers there is on the grid, just to see the difference in what is that extra step that he takes that makes him different to everyone else. And obviously the pairing of him and his engineer Tony, to be able to be part of that and see what really goes on. I'm definitely least looking forward to it. It sounds really backwards, but I'm least looking forward to actually doing so well every weekend, hopefully, at least anyway. Because the minute the car's doing well and you're in a podium position, I can't watch the race. I have to leave the garage. I just feel sick. Anywhere outside the top 3 or 4, I'm fine. But yeah, I'm actually least looking forward to the pressure really, the pressure of doing well. So the first thing that comes to mind when I hear NAPA Racing UK is really the impact that it's had on the industry. Within such a short period of time, they've become a household name and they're in every series. It's been great to see the growth that's been happening over the past few years, and now really just can't wait to get back out there and see what we can do this year.